The Velvet Story presents Pretend Chapter 43 Part 2. Love Me Like You Do, a journey of love, pain, redemption, and reunion. From broken promises to silent tears, to healing hearts and second chances. Because sometimes, true love just needs time. Dive into emotions, one chapter at a time, only on The Velvet Story. Geet somehow managed to wear his dress. Although she tightened the waistband around her waist, there was a huge difference between a man's and a woman's wear. And she isn't fat, no. She is not calling him fat, but she simply doesn't fit into his attire. Probably, she's just not confident about his trousers. She peeked from the washroom and didn't find him. Where has he gone now? He is angry, Geet. No matter how much he hides it, her heart whispered. He should be, Geet agreed with her heart, for the first time. What will I do now? Give him all the love you carry for him, her heart replied again. Is it easy? It's not that tough. Gathering her courage, Geet stepped out from the washroom, eyes searching for him, but still, she couldn't find him. Man, she called out softly. Man appeared from behind and teased with a playful glint, I never knew you'd look this sexy in my clothes. Geet turned immediately toward the sound of his voice. She knew, he always put in so much effort. And she never tried to do anything for him. At first, she thought he was just a flirt, nothing serious. Later, she discovered how caring, how loving he truly was. But now she knows he suffered, with her, and the reason was only her. Geet walked up to him and hugged him tightly. I'm so sorry, Man, she whispered with choked emotion. Man smirked lightly, Geet, you've not changed. Still the same, desperate. Today, she didn't roll her eyes. Only tears welled up and flowed down silently. She didn't know what had come over her, why she suddenly felt so emotional. Why do you love me so much, Man? I don't deserve it, she murmured against his chest. Again with the emotional talk? Weren't you satisfied with the previous round? He teased gently. She rubbed her nose softly against his chest and shook her head in denial. But I am, Geet. Let's sleep now, we have tons of work tomorrow. It's my princess's birthday, Man said, trying to shift the moment lightly. Geet knew, it wouldn't be easy to convince him. But she would try, she would seek his forgiveness. Holding his hand gently, Geet asked with vulnerability, will you forgive me someday, Man? I'll do anything, to earn your forgiveness. Man didn't turn around. He didn't want to hurt her. Geet, it's not easy to forget everything in a moment, he said softly. You know I lost the air that helped me breathe. I didn't even know when my time to be with you came and went. I wanted to pamper you, be there when my baby came into this world. My heart clenched thinking that you managed everything alone. I lost all her first moments, Geet. His voice broke slightly, and then, he turned around. But Geet, he continued, as time passes, and as I spend time with my love, maybe that will help me forget the past. And I will remember your words, Geet. Anything, for sure, he added, but his eyes sparkled with a hint of naughtiness. I'll do anything, Man, Geet repeated, her voice filled with conviction. Man laid her gently on one side, protecting his little princess, and settled on the other side. Shielding Abhi. Good night, love, he whispered tenderly. Good night, Man, she replied softly. Next day, Geet woke up alone. Neither her daughter nor her son was beside her. Man was always the early bird, but since when had the kids become early risers too? Had she overslept? She heard some sounds and followed them, coming from the washroom. There, Man was giving their princess a bath. She was giggling joyfully. Water always thrilled her, but soap? Not so much. How do you do it? Geet asked, genuinely surprised. Man turned and smiled at her expression. Do what, Geet? She hates when anyone applies soap or foam. I know very well how to tackle kids, Man said with a proud grin. How many kids have you tackled before? Geet asked, trying to sound calm but unable to hide the jealousy that crept into her tone. Something's burning, Geet. Maan teased knowingly. She rolled her eyes. Just chill out, Maan chuckled. Actually, we're helping Devam. It's our turn to handle everything today. Geet stood watching in quiet adoration as he dressed Mahi with expert hands. Where is Abhi? She asked, still in awe. I helped him with his shower. He's off playing with Devam now. He loves kids, Geet murmured, knowing Maan was waiting for her to say more about Abhi. He's different. He is, Maan agreed. Happy birthday, Mahi, Geet cooed, smiling as Mahi grinned and showed her tiny teeth. My Mahi wants milku? Geet asked playfully as Maan placed her gently on the bed. She already had it, Geet, Maan replied. Oh, why didn't you wake me up, Maan? Geet looked at the clock. It was only 7, but still. Why can't I do this, Geet? He asked in a quiet voice. I'm sorry, Maan. I didn't mean to hurt you. She tried to explain. But he cut her off gently. I know, Geet, you don't want to hurt me. But honestly, Geet, my kids aren't a burden to me. I love doing all this. I always wondered, if we had our own child, what would I do? But, Maan paused, realizing the guilt his words brought her. He quickly changed the topic. I mean, if you don't believe me, ask Meera how good I am with kids. Our kids are safe with me, he added with a wink. Still, the pain in his voice couldn't be masked. Geet realized how much she had pushed him, and yet, he never complained. Regret burned deep within her. I don't have to ask anyone, Maan. I know our kids are safer with you than with me, she said in a quiet, sincere voice. Come on, Geet, I'll help you, Maan offered innocently. In what, Maan? She asked, a bit confused. You are still due for your shower, so I'll help you bathe, he said seriously, as if talking to Mahi or Abhi. Geet's cheeks flushed a deep red. She pursed her lips shyly. Although, you do need a cold shower, Maan added with a smirk. You both still not done with the shower yet? Dadi's voice broke the moment. Dadi Ma, actually, I woke up late, Geet replied quickly. No problem, Geet, give Mahi to me, Dadi Ma said sweetly, kissing Mahi's cheek. Happy birthday, Angel, she wished. Then with a teasing grin, she added, now you both have plenty of time for bathroom romance. Just don't take too long. Geet turned beetroot red. Oh God, how could she forget? This family is way too open. You know what, Dadi? Maan grinned, I'm with you. It's time consuming if we bathe separately. We've got a lot of work, so I'm taking her with me. Geet wanted to scold him, but seeing his serious face, no voice came out. Dadi Ma left the room, taking Mahi with her, and here our hero picked up his heroine in his arms and started moving towards the washroom. Maan, what are you doing? Geet asked, then immediately realized what she had just said. Do you have any eye problem, Geet? Maan teased. Maan, we can't, Geet mumbled nervously. Why not, Geet? Maan asked innocently. He made her stand on her feet. Maan only gazed at her lovingly, which she couldn't bear for long. Maan placed his hand on his shirt button and opened the first one. Geet's heartbeat increased, thumping so fast. Her eyes were closed and hands clenched into fists. She wasn't scared, no, but this time it was different. The last time they had come closer was in the heat of emotion, a moment before she had left him. But today, they were coming closer because of love. Maan, Geet moaned softly when she felt his cold fingers touch the soft skin of her neck. Maan kissed her neck where his hand had touched just moments before, leaving a soft hickey. You know what, Geet? I want to do exactly what Dadi said, he whispered, but you still need time. He gently tangled his fingers with hers. Geet heard his words and felt a fresh wave of guilt. Why does he know her so well? Geet, now more confident, said, no, Maan. Don't worry, Geet, next time I won't stop. Maan said firmly. Geet held his hand tightly. Maan, we already wasted so much time. We don't need to waste any more. Maan smiled. See Geet, I told you, you're so despo. I think you're right. Geet blushed and stepped closer to him. She leaned in and was just about to kiss him when Prema entered the room. I'm so sorry. I didn't realize you were going to kiss Maan, Prema said, hiding her smile. Geet immediately hid behind Maan's back, mortified. Oh Babaji, please give me some water. I'll commit suicide, she murmured in complete embarrassment. She never expected Prema auntie to be just like the rest of the open-hearted family. Maan laughed at her cribbing. Hey mom. Where's Mahi? Prema asked. Dadi mom took her. Maan, close the door, baby, and carry on. Sorry for the interruption, Prema teased as she walked out. Geet glared at Maan, fanning her cheeks. What? I wasn't the one desperate for a kiss. I was going. Yes, I made the mistake. But couldn't you have locked the door first? Geet snapped. What to do, Geet? I was so lost in you. I forgot. Can't I make one mistake? Now go. Geet huffed. Why Geet, can't I get my kiss? Maan pouted. Just leave, pervert Khurana. I'm the pervert, or you, the one desperate for the kiss. Leave, Geet screamed. Maan finally walked away, but not before cheekily pulling out her dress with a smirk. Scene shift. Big Daddy, give Mahi to me. Abhi asked sweetly. Why, Abhi? Devam, Mahi, and I want to play. But how, Abhi? Devam and Mahi can't even walk yet. It's okay, Big Daddy Ma. We'll manage, Abhi said with all the innocence in the world. Dadi Ma smiled and took Mahi to Dev's room, placing her on the bed where Devam was already lying. All the kids were giggling and babbling in their own adorable language. Prema, Anupuma, and Amar spent some heartwarming quality time with Mahi and Abhi. Later that evening, Mahi looked like a fairy in her white dress. Geet wanted to spend more time with her daughter, but poor Geet hardly got the chance. Either Mahi was with one family member or in Maan's arms, who refused to let her down even for a moment. This man will surely spoil both Abhi and Mahi, Geet thought fondly. Hey Geet Bhabhi, glad to meet you. Arjun greeted. Same here, Arjun, Geet replied, a little awkwardly. She didn't really know him well. I've always heard about you, from Annie, Dev, Meera Bhabhi, but no one ever told me you were this gorgeous. Now I understand why Maan Bhai doesn't care for other girls. Or even my sister. I'd do the same, maybe. Geet was embarrassed and started looking around nervously. Arjun, a good man never praises another's wife, especially not when his own fiancée is glaring like that, Maan said with a smirk. Annie, I was just teasing, Arjun defended. Oh, I can see that. Mister, do you know why you're still walking on two legs? Annie asked sassily. Arjun gulped. Because I'm going to be your husband? Exactly. Otherwise, Maan Bhai would have killed you long ago. He's very possessive about my stunning Bhabhi. Bhabhi, he was trying so hard to get my brother to fall for his sister, but Bhai didn't even say hello to her. Poor her, Geet, poor Emmy. You never knew how I managed to save my dignity only for you. And honestly, I wouldn't mind if you, well, you know. Maan said shamelessly. Yes Bhabhi, poor him. I know how he survived all those desperate girls. Arjun added. Welcome to this flirt family. Geet teased, and everyone burst into laughter. Cake cutting time. Dadi Ma finally announced cake time. Maan and Geet helped Mahi cut the first layer, but Mahi had other plans. She wanted to destroy the cake instead. Mahi, no baby. Geet held her hand. Pa, Mahi angrily called out to her father, making everyone gasp. See, I told you she speaks. Maan beamed, but while he was busy celebrating, Mahi successfully attacked the cake. Mahi, Geet tried to stop her, but it was too late. The first layer was ruined. She surely goes on you. Geet glared at Maan. She's my daughter, Obviously, she goes on me. Maan stretched his collar proudly. Geet, it's okay, sweetie, he assured her, and Geet nodded. They tried to make Mahi feed cake to Dadima, but the little princess refused. Everyone laughed. The entire Khurana family was overjoyed to see Maan happy, smiling wholeheartedly after such a long time. Mahi, Geet said in a mock threatening tone. Mahi shook her head in defiance and hugged Maan tightly. Maan laughed along with everyone else. What a celebration! No one got cake. Mama, Mahi is a bad girl, Abhi said with a frown, noticing she didn't share the cake. Yes baby, she is. But my Abhi is a good boy who listens to his mama, Geet replied, kissing his forehead. Mahi, feed cake to Big Dadi, Dadu, and Dadi, Abhi instructed, like an elder brother. Abhi, your sister is too young now, baby. When she grows up like my Abhi, she'll learn. And Abhi will teach her like a good big brother, right? Yes, Dad, Abhi nodded proudly. Finally, they ate cake separately. Mahi only fed Maan, and that too with her cake-covered hand. The evening went on with dancing, singing, and pure joy. Dev, Meera, Anupuma, Annie, Arjun, Prema, Amar, and Dadima were all happy to see their Maan and Geet truly together. They deserved this happiness. Yes, Maan suffered, but so did Geet. And now, it was time for healing, for love, and for moving forward. And that wraps up chapter 43 part 2 of Love Me Like You Do, a celebration of love, forgiveness, and second chances. Our Maan and Geet are finally finding their way back, one smile, one touch, and one cake-filled moment at a time. If you loved this emotional ride, don't forget to hit like, share, and subscribe to the Velvet Story. Only the epilogue remains the final bow to this unforgettable journey. So stay tuned. Until then, keep dreaming, keep loving, and keep believing in fairy tales that heal even the deepest wounds. This is your storyteller from the Velvet Story, signing off.